Yo guys, what is up? Hope you had a fantastic weekend and we're back with another YouTube video. As you can see, I've let the beard stay on. I'm currently in Dubai still for this week. So if you're out here in Dubai, let me know and yeah, maybe we can meet up. In the meantime, let's just dive into the markets and see what has been going on. So the dollar index, first of all, moved down lower on Friday. As we can see, we are still stuck inside this demand zone on the 4-hour time frame. However, this demand zone over here, so this overall, and I mean this specific sell for the buy, so this blue zone, as we can see, hardly gave us any reaction at all. So why has it hardly given us any reaction at all, guys? Let me explain. Well, in the leg up, there is something called no liquidation. So when you don't have any liquidation in either a leg down, such as for example here, what you often see happening is that we liquidate the high itself of that area of supply. So despite there being an initial reaction, for example, to this area of supply, eventually we come up, we liquidate the supply zone, and then we see a strong push down. Now, in this particular case, when it's about demand, we can see there's no liquidation that move up. So what is likely to happen? We're staying stuck inside this demand zone, no reaction. As you guys also know, the longer that you stay in an area of demand, the weaker it gets. So it's very likely today that we're going to take out this low and see a push slightly lower for the rest of today. So keep that in mind when trading. We could just start grabbing all the liquidity, which is pretty much just resting underneath this trend line, and see maybe a push even as low as around, let's say, 104.4. So that's the dollar index. It's looking pretty weak for today. Now moving on in towards EURUSD, what we can then see is that there's a lot of trendline liquidity over here. So what is likely to happen? Once again, we had some supply over here. We have now seen a slowdown inside of that supply, but what could now happen is that we start grabbing the liquidity, which is resting above the trend line, because guys, above trend lines, that is where liquidity lies. And what you'll often see, even if it's not like, let's say, a full-blown reversal, for example, what happened over here is that we just grab the liquidity to some extent and then, for example, reverse back up. So what could happen is that we just see a push up at the beginning of this week, maybe even take out the liquidity above here, and then, for example, start seeing a push down. So for now, it's not looking optimal for shorts, to be honest. Very slow market as of Friday afternoon and this morning. We're still ranging, so let's see what happens. But for now, it is looking a little bit more bullish than bearish, in my personal opinion. Just because, obviously, if we look at the overall trend, right, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low, higher high. So ultimately, this is the higher low. At least you expect this to be higher low. And then somewhere over here, maybe a higher high, before then ultimately at some point in time, a deeper correction. Just going in towards the daily real quick. The daily is still looking bearish on the other hand. Obviously, this is your swing high, this is your swing low. We've liquidated this high over here. So yeah, I would like to see a further drop on the daily time frame, but for now, the 4-hour is not yet looking optimal to provide us with that drop. Now, going onwards in towards AUDUSD. AUDUSD overall has tapped in towards this area of demand for the second time, liquidated this low. At the moment, we're stuck inside this supply zone. So on AUDUSD, on the other hand, I am kind of looking for a short. Why is that? Well, if we go in towards the daily, we can see that we have an area of supply. We're now stuck inside daily demand over here, but we liquidated this high over here. We've seen a strong bearish reaction. So I would like to still see a deeper correction to some extent. Also just because of the fact that, let's say this is your daily BOS line, go back in towards the daily. This is your daily BOS line. That would mean that this over here is your swing low and this over here is your swing high. So there's still room to move down lower in towards that 50% mark. Now go back in towards the 4-hour. This is currently supply. So let's see then on the 15-minute if we get any bearish reaction. So let's wait and see if we can break this overall low and then, for example, start seeing a downside continuation. So if that were to break, then we look for that downside. Now moving onwards in towards pound dollar. So pound dollar overall from a 4-hour perspective pushed in towards the downside, but did not see any continuation, guys. This was supposed to be the supply zone, which should have caused a reaction. But then again, going towards the 15-minute time frame, not the 155-minute time frame, and then what you'll see is that there is no bearish confirmation at all inside of that supply zone, right? So for now, waiting, guys. Going in towards the 4-hour, we could still move up slightly higher for the rest or at the beginning of this week, and then, for example, at a later stage, start moving down lower. So yeah, I'm pretty open on pound dollar. We're going to be waiting definitely for a clear momentum shift in towards the downside. because for now the bullish momentum is just too high. Overall, we moved in towards this area of demand over here, this sell before the buy. We liquidated pretty much this area of consolidation, the lows, and we tapped in towards here, and then we continued up higher. So definitely still looking for further upside for now. Going in towards Kiwi dollar, so NZDUSD, that is an extremely rangy pair already since last Wednesday. As we can see, we have not been moving at all, so I'm just waiting for a breakout in either direction. Going in towards the daily real quick, obviously we're coming from daily supply, so I would still like to see a deeper correction down lower, but before we see that lower push, maybe we just need to push a little bit higher first. So keep my eyes open until we see some bearish confirmation, guys. I would like to see some bearish moves on Kiwi dollar. Last of all, gold. Gold has been moving a little bit higher, but still waiting. Ultimately, we have some supply situated inside here at around 23.50 until 23.70. Waiting to see if we can push in towards there and then look for one more short down in towards this demand zone at around 23 and then let's see 17, so 23.17. So that's what I'm kind of looking for on gold. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Have an amazing Monday and we will speak soon.